Welcome to the CD Fitness Podcast, where our mission is to change the way women see themselves in order to show up optimally in all aspects of their life. We aim to improve knowledge, self-love, and the embodiment of the unique self on this earth. We prioritize health and nutrition education as well as coaching to empower women to make healthier decisions to live longer, achieve freedom from diet culture, and create a lifestyle that they truly want to live while supporting one another as a collective whole of badass women. I am your host, Cheryl D. Guzman, and also the founder of CD Fitness, Conscious Diligent Fitness. All right, well, we're here for Real Talk Monday. It is September 14th, 2020. I'm Cheryl D. Guzman, founder and head coach, health transformation coach of CD Fitness, and I'm here with Melorie Masakupan. Would you like to introduce yourself?
Hi, everybody. I'm Melorie, and I'm CD Fitness's mindset specialist and development coach. It's amazing to be here with you. I've seen questions come in, and I'm really excited.
Sweet. Awesome. I'm really excited as well. I know there were a couple of questions, and then we can kind of just go with the flow as we always do and address them both on the aspect of physical fitness and nutrition and as well as mindset.
Sounds good.
Awesome. Great. So I'm going to pull up one question from one of our participants, and her name is Diane. Diane is wondering about a fear and overcoming a fear of getting back to exercise. And she mentions how after a pause for a bit of time, she's ready to go back, but there's a mental obstacle in her way. So how can we work with Diane to be able to overcome this fear and take action?
Great question. Wow. Firstly, Diane, the self-awareness and courage to dig that out and present it is admirable. So thank you for bringing that to the space, to Real Talk, and like really offering that. Is there something you'd like to add, Cheryl, before we just get into this?
Yes, I also would like to say that it takes a lot after taking a break to even be able to acknowledge what you need and what you would like to do, especially when we oftentimes compare ourselves to a previous version of what we were doing. So you're headed in the right direction, and I'm excited for this new chapter of you getting back to it. And overcoming fears often leads to building new confidence.
And we're doing it now, from this moment, present tense. Okay, I have every piece of that question written down, and I first would love to offer Diane this song that came to me while I was walking home today. I promise you, this is a gift from my heart to yours, okay? There is no fear to be had. That's how we walk out that bed. Each step can take us ahead. While we rocking this life, while we consciously living. Yeah, that's for you, Diane. Because we're rocking this life.
Amazing. That was so beautiful.
Thank you, Cheryl. I mean, you're part of this inspiration. And we just came off of a call just to like pull the veil back. And that call was for Conscious Living, our 12-week program. So like, it just happens that way. Okay, though I'd like to honor this question by chunking it. Is that cool? If we do that?
That makes it very approachable, and it makes sense for the person receiving the answer.
Sweet. Okay. All right. Need to get over some fears in order to get back to regular exercise. Get it. Yes. Thoughts?
Yeah.
All right, let's do this. Weights are just waiting for me to pick them up again. Yeah, they are. What do you think, Cheryl?
They are. That's true. And they're waiting, and it's on your timing. So the choice is within you. Actually.
Okay.
Visual of what you've done before helps as well.
Money. That's a good one. Diane says, in my case, I believe it's mental. Can I really get down on the floor again with my weights? Thoughts, Cheryl?
Yes, yes. We have had discussions one-on-one, depending on your situation, everyone outside of even Diane's situation. There are factors to consider around this question. Physically, are you able to? This is something that I'm not necessarily within the scope of practice to say yes or no. That is a choice that you make, and as well can further refer out to your medical practitioner if there are any limitations, injuries, pain that you might be experiencing around your situation before you can make a decision or can make a more informed decision. However, in a situation where it is specific to one person who may have received that confirmation that there is clearance to continue working out again, you are good to go.
You are on a flow, Cheryl, so I'm going to add on after your perspective. She asks, will I be able to roll over on my knee to get up? Can I do step-ups and squats again? The answer is physically yes. No restrictions, but the hill I see in front of me is quite high. What might you have to say to that?
I love to give, and this, you can jump in with me if you'd like, but I love this or pose this question to people I have conversations with regarding to getting started or with fear, is to identify what is reality versus what is perceived. So is it a fact that there is a physical obstacle such as a hill in front of you, or is that a perceived notion? Maybe the answer is yes. Maybe the answer truly is the space may not lend itself to be able to pick up the weights again, or maybe it is lack of accessibility to that space, or maybe there's disruption in the day where it may not fit into your schedule. So if there is that physical obstacle, then we can start to problem solve what are the ways that we can go around it or go over it. If it's that, and it's perceived, I think this is where you might be able to help jump in, Melorie, and give some advice on the mental obstacles standing in our way of ourselves.
Thank you for everything you've shared thus far. I agree with everything that you've said thus far. And there is a mental part in all of this. I'm always one to go back to the words, go back to what that voice that's inside all of us is saying, okay? And the voice that is asking these questions and is acknowledging this fear is one of courage and love and like a higher consciousness than what fear is vibrating at. Okay, let me break it down. 3 things. 1, asking these questions to oneself and allowing space to answer them yourself is the biggest gift you can give yourself. Literally, I would say go to a mirror and be like, can I really get down on the floor again with my weights? And look at yourself in the eye. And from that honest space, you'll hear the answer. And the more that one spends in that time, this gets to point number 2. One will grow in their intuitive like understanding of what's right for their own body. They'll soon hear, as we keep coming back to this space of self-questioning and self-inquiry, we'll soon be able to differentiate what is the voice of fear trying to say right now versus what is my intuitive loving voice trying to say right now. And we, as we stand in the middle, get to choose which one we believe in. So that's point number 2. And the third part is, well, having compassion, even if this is a perceived hill, like there ain't actually like a hill, but it's in the mind. Having compassion for the process up is key. Because I don't know your history, though Cheryl has worked with you before, and I saw your amazing testimony. Thank you again for sharing that. She is more intimate with those things, and I have no idea what the history is. Though, like from a place of my intuition, I trust you to have compassion for yourself as you intuitively like come back to this place where you continually ask yourself if this is right for your body. And the more that you give yourself what you need and what your body needs, that confidence and the intuitive voice grows. And you got this. You got this.
Agreed. I couldn't agree more. I love all 3 points. They make so much sense in how we coach our clients and how we coach those in the 5-day Fit for Life challenge. I love that you outlined the visual of the process of climbing and progressing. And even if there is, whether it's the same hill in front of us or a new hill, however you want to create this metaphor for yourself, no one just, I mean, correct me if I'm wrong, but no one just really climbs all the way to the top by themselves all at once or without guidance. So even if there is this hill here, you have the affirmations that Melorie had just built for you to be able to start, to restart, wherever you see yourself on that hill, if there is one. You know, this journey might be a hill for some it might be a rocky mountain, for some it might be a long drawn out desert. You and I are former English teachers, so we're all about the metaphors here. Could be swimming in an ocean. Who knows what it could be, but there are challenges along the way, and you do got this. Melorie mentioned that I have worked with Diane previously, so I do know a little bit more of her in person or for her journey. And I'd like to say again, you got this.
Yeah. I pray that that was helpful, Diane. Anytime you have more questions, this group is here for you this entire week. The relationships to one's body and to the other bodies in the space is like so transformational with CD Fitness, as you like already know. So yeah, I'm excited for the rest of the week and whatever questions come up next.
Absolutely. Absolutely. Everything that Melorie said. So please feel free to use this group or your coaches to continue to support you through your journey. That was great. Questions and really diving deep and being real.
Mm-hmm. You know, that's the sweet spot, Cheryl. We like doing this.
And it's such a blessing to have a colleague and friend, a trusted colleague and friend to be able to share this experience with, because, well, for one, sometimes talking to yourself on a screen can be a little lonely, but at the same time, there's also just so much more knowledge and like resourcefulness that's available when there's two of us. So this can only grow.
I'm grateful. I would just like to add one little like personal piece, if that's okay, before we move on. Diane, okay, like the body transforming is a new endeavor. Like every time it transforms, it feels new, and new things sometimes can feel scary. But there's community. Like I feel you, and I celebrate you already on the other side of the hill. I see you there, like already. I celebrate you there, and celebrate you right here too. The whole thing, and I can say this because Cheryl has like, okay, I hope this is okay. I'm gonna mention that like I see babies in the future. And that is a whole, drop a comment in the chat or something if you had a baby and it transformed your body, and like that's just, there's no going back after that. I mean, there is a going back, but in a new way, you know, like there's no like, you just transformed, your life is transformed after that. And to have community through the transformation, that is what CD Fitness is about. Like amazing core facts. I just want to say that.
And I want to kind of do a soft call out of those in this challenge, because more than 1 in 3 of you all who are in here have shared so kindly that you are doing this challenge for someone within your lineage of family. So whether it's a daughter or a grandkid or a mother, it's amazing. Mm-hmm. So transformations happen within you and your body, but there's also a bigger purpose and bigger why for many of us in here. And even if you didn't share that, you may resonate with that. If you didn't share that with us, that's okay. But you may resonate with that. So thank you all for sharing that with us and sharing our values before you even knew what CD Fitness is all about.
They finding out. They're part of it. We're part of it already. We're here.
They're in it right now.
Yeah. So is there another question? We have like 10 minutes left.
We do have one more. This is a fun one. I mean, all questions are fun ones. They are. But this one's it's around food and cooking ideas. And I say it's fun because I feel like cooking reminds me of an art, and everyone does it so differently. So this is a question from Melanie. She says, I'd like to make a capsule meal like rice, veggies, meat, or something along those lines where I can change my protein and keep the others consistent. Would make my life easier. Any recommendations would be great. Ooh, this is a fun question. I'm going to start off just by saying
despite this whole body of literature around recipes, cookbooks, a whole infinite library of YouTube recipe tutorial videos, you can be the chef of your kitchen anytime, any day, and whatever you want. I mean, some things are going to fuel your body a lot better than others. And the way that Melanie framed this question, it sounds like she's already got an idea of what makes her feel good. And it sounds like a staple starch, vegetable, protein, which for her is meat. And so I think this idea around a capsule meal is being able to keep some of those staples in place and rotate out one factor of the meal to change up the flavor, keep things interesting, and get a variety of nutrients. Because I'm going to speak from experience here a little bit, and also research, it's important to vary your food. For one, different foods have different nutrients, and we need nutrients from all different sources of whole foods. So foods that come from this earth and this planet, not from the shelves or from the factories where they are artificially created. Now, to say that those things aren't sometimes enjoyable would be a fib. Sometimes they are very highly palatable and enjoyable. However, our bodies need the proteins, the starches, the vegetables, and the healthy fats. One idea I have for you, Melanie, is to find inspiration in dishes, whether that's in your culture, within your household, within you and the person you share your household with. For example, I know you love Asian-inspired dishes. And so maybe thinking about what are your favorite Asian-inspired dishes. Maybe it's pad thai, or maybe it is chicken adobo, or maybe it is a spring roll. And you can take that staple and rotate out different proteins to try and find what works for you. So using the spring roll example, with Vietnamese spring rolls, you can rotate in shrimp, tofu, shredded chicken. You can do even sprouts and lentils in there for a vegetarian option. So that's one, and that's already 4 different proteins that you can incorporate. The idea of chicken adobo. So Melanie is someone else that I do know. So she has had some experience eating Filipino cuisine, and chicken adobo is a Filipino dish that is delicious, and therefore you can cook it in many different ways. So Melorie, I want to open this up to you and see if maybe you've tried chicken adobo or adobo flavor with other proteins or other ingredients that suited your flavor preferences and your body's needs. You guys had chicken adobo too.
Yeah. Oh, this is fun. Okay. Chicken adobo from Pakil, Laguna, where my dad is from. And I'm looking out right now and seeing him perfecting his golf swing. I'm like so tempted to turn the camera around, but I'm not. He's like so, really, he's every day. That's where I came from. All right, anyway. In Pakil, they use hard-boiled egg. And for the adobo. And I've also seen my cousin put like pork belly. Oh my gosh, that's like a treat. That's a treat. It's great. I mean, all of it is amazing. And what Cheryl pointed to, which I'd like to underline again, is that cooking is a really beautiful place to practice your art and creativity, and to play and to have fun with it. Like, honestly, when I cook, it's like, ooh, I love myself so much. I'm gonna make this beautiful, nutritious thing and then put it in my body. Like I love myself that much. Mhm. 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 So have fun. Tell us about it, Pix.
I know she'll send some over. That would be awesome. I want to add in as well some of the variations with adobo. I mean, the possibilities really are endless because the flavor is really what mostly drives that dish, along with many Asian inspired dishes. So the spices, and mostly the spices. But again, for vegetarian options, you can go with tofu, you can go with eggplant.
Mm-hmm.
Not primarily a protein, but something else to use in place of. So yeah, take pictures.
Yes.
Enjoy the experience as well. And there's no right or wrong answers, right? Like, I think one thing I learned from my experiences with trying different diets and also trying different meal plans is that being so rigid with the way that you eat is not sustainable. And going back on the point about getting a variety of foods is important is when you eat the same things every single day, you're going to have nutrient gaps because you're not getting nutrients from other foods aside from the same maybe 10 to 20 foods that you eat regularly. And I'm not saying you as in Melanie, but any person that isn't able to or might not be currently varying their foods, whether that's because of guidelines of a diet plan or because of lack of awareness that you need the variety. Change it up, switch it up. Your flavor palette will adapt to the different flavors that you choose, and try and listen to your body for what it needs. And we're also here for you if you need to discuss further about what it is your body needs, whether it's the big macronutrients, proteins, carbs, fiber, fat, or whether it's the micronutrients, which are just as important, all of your vitamins and minerals, and not just the multivitamin pill that I'm talking about, but all of those phytonutrients that we get in our foods from this planet.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Having a relationship to all of that. And to you and to time, because we have 2 minutes.
Mm-hmm.
I would love to thank Melanie and Diane for the questions and for all the ones that are coming in to come. And would love to make space for us in the last minute or so. Yeah. What would you like to share? Ask anything.
I just like to say thank you as well. Thank you, Melorie, for being here. Thank you for those who are asking questions and being present, really soaking in this experience of the 5-Day Fit for Life Challenge.
Mm-hmm. And the party can keep going through to graduation. Ooh. Mm-hmm. Would you tell us a little bit about that?
Yes, definitely. This Thursday evening, so that is September 17th, my understanding. We are going live for our graduation workshop at 7 p.m. Central, and this is where we share your wins from the week, the things that you have learned, the things that you have overcome, the things that you felt proud about, and we're sharing them with each other because this is an open space to celebrate your success in just 5 days. And we're going to talk a little bit more about how you can be successful after the 5-day challenge, because we know that this is fit for life, not just for 5 days or for 5 weeks, but we're building fitness for life and as a lifestyle. That's what we embody in CD Fitness. That's what Melorie practices. That's what I practice. And Melorie, if there's anything you'd like to add about graduation or anything else, I'll leave it up to you.
Can't wait to hear all the wins and the journey throughout the way. So enjoy.
Thank you, everyone. Thanks for joining us.
Thank you.
Bye. With adobo. I mean, the possibilities really are endless because the flavor is really what mostly drives that dish, along with many Asian inspired dishes. So the spices, and mostly the spices. But you know, again, for vegetarian options, you can go with tofu, you can go with eggplant. Not primarily a protein, but something else to use in place of. So yeah, take pictures.
Yes.
Enjoy the experience as well. And there's no right or wrong answers, right? Like, I think one thing I learned from my experiences with trying different diets and also trying different meal plans is that being so rigid with the way that you eat is not sustainable. And going back on the point about getting a variety of foods is important is when you eat the same things every single day, you're going to have nutrient gaps because you're not getting nutrients from other foods aside from the same maybe 10 to 20 foods that you eat regularly. And I'm not saying you as in Melanie, but any person that isn't able to or might not be currently varying their foods, whether that's because of guidelines of a diet plan or because of lack of awareness that you need the variety. Change it up, switch it up. Your flavor palette will adapt to the different flavors that you choose, and try and listen to your body for what it needs. And we're also here for you if you need to discuss further about what it is your body needs, whether it's the big macronutrients, proteins, carbs, fiber, fat, or whether it's the micronutrients, which are just as important, all of your vitamins and minerals, and not just the multivitamin pill that I'm talking about, but all of those phytonutrients that we get in our foods from this planet.
Having a relationship to all of that, and to you, and to time, because we have 2 minutes. I would love to thank Melanie and Diane for the questions and for all the ones that are coming in to come. And would love to make space for us in the last minute or so. Yeah. What would you like to share? Ask anything.
I just like to say thank you as well. Thank you, Melorie, for being here. Thank you for those who are asking questions and being present, really soaking in this experience of the 5-Day Fit for Life Challenge.
And the party can keep going through to graduation. Ooh, would you tell us a little bit about that?
Yes, definitely. This Thursday evening, so that is September 17th, my understanding. We are going live for our graduation workshop at 7 p.m. Central, and this is where we share your wins from the week, the things that you have learned, the things that you have overcome, the things that you felt proud about, and we're sharing them with each other because this is an open space to celebrate your success in just 5 days. And we're going to talk a little bit more about how you can be successful after the 5-day challenge, because we know that this is fit for life, not just for 5 days or for 5 weeks, but we're building fitness for life and as a lifestyle. That's what we embody in CD Fitness. That's what Melorie practices. That's what I practice. And Melorie, if there's anything you'd like to add about graduation or anything else, I'll leave it up to you.
Can't wait to hear all the wins and the journey throughout the way. So enjoy.
Thank you, everyone. Thanks for joining us.
Thank you.
Bye.